You know, it's like it says on the wall, you know, born a savage to die a skull one day. That's the name of the game.
We look at the skulls, we look at the nomads, and what do we have? We got guys that are sitting around, they think they're outlaw. I think they're bums.
We sort of walked in and told Frank we'd like to buy his club. Frank said he wasn't selling. But we said, you're selling. We want your club.
I figure I'm woman enough to face up to any woman. And at that time, and I still feel that way now, but I mean at that time, I wasn't just gonna let, you know, some girl come and slap me around. I mean, either you fight back or they'll be picking on you for as long as you know, you're there.
All a girl is worth to me is what she got between her legs, but, you know, to really capture my imagination or something like that, a girl has to be, you know, out of the ordinary. She gotta be smart, intelligent, stuff like that, and she really gotta make me desire her, if that's possible.
Tell them young suckers out there that are still in the clubs, they better wake up before they fall asleep and never wake up again. Because if they don't wake up again, night-night, sweetheart.
Even though you guys are pretty limber-minded and you've been making a study and you've been going around and talking to the guys and gangs and guys in the neighborhood, and you can't imagine life there. I mean, soon after we first moved there on Vice Avenue, right outside of 1425, which is going under now, we were all sitting on the step area, and I happened to be down in the club. And there was a couple of Puerto Rican old gentlemen. They were sitting down. They were playing dominoes. There was some kids skipping rope, girls. There were some fellas down the street a little ways, and they were tossing a football. From across the street, from a club across the street, ran two guys, and they started shooting at one another, right down the middle of the street. The guys with the football sort of docilely skipped to the side. The old men kept on playing dominoes. The girls stopped skipping rope to watch, but nobody ran. It was not that unusual.
I've seen 357s. I've seen 12 gauge shotguns. I've seen 12 gauge pumps, 8 shooters. I've seen 45 military special with clip on the street. I've seen fucking Thompsons, damn Thompson, I seen it. Those shit, man. I've seen hand grenades. I've seen beer can bazookas made. The damn things hit you just as getting hit with a gun. I've seen 22 zip guns. I've seen 38 zip guns. I'll tell you, there's about things that you think you never see on the street. I've seen dynamite on the street. I've seen all of this. You'd be surprised, man. Pretty soon they're gonna steal the damn atom bomb.
I've been a police officer for 9 years now. When I left the police academy, I was assigned to the 50th Precinct. It's the Riverdale section of the Bronx. It was a very quiet place, a little too quiet. Desired a little bit more action. I requested transfer to the Bronx Task Force and I was accepted. My partners and I looked at it as a challenge. And our job there was to contain the gangs and try to curb the violence that was going on.
Well, the nomads before, they were a very terrifying group of boys, believe me. They would attack anybody. It didn't matter to them as long as they could do an attack. But then we constantly would go through the neighborhood and we'd talk to them. Some of the stores, they said they moved out the neighborhood because of the savage nomads.
Joan is probably a well-meaning woman in the community. She likes to see the kids. She likes to help the kids out. I don't know really what her story is, but from what I've been able to see, she's been pretty straight with the kids. They have a very high regard for her.
They stick together, believe me, but they protect the neighborhood more so now than ever. And reason they protect it now is so many empty buildings. There's so many, people can go in to attack you. But once they know we have protection, the savage nomads is always there.
Blind, what does it mean to be a savage nomad?
Well, it doesn't exactly mean, just because you got a pair of colors on your back to walk down the street and do what you please. It's a thing where it's a family and you respect one another. It ain't a thing where you go outside and you look for any trouble, whatever. If you see a person that has a little problem, go check out what it is, But then again, you don't make it your business. If it ain't none of your business, stay out of it.
Fly should have wings. He's a good guy, but he can pull a job that nobody can pull. He can fly from a rooftop, believe me. The cat is just that quick.
As far as I understand, even though I'm the president of the club and everything, being a nomad is, that's respect for one another and shit, right? As far as we all, because most of us been here for 4 or 5 years together now. I've been here the longest and shit. I'm, going on 9 now. And that's why I respect the guys more than anything else. They're like my own brothers and sisters, since all my brothers are locked up.
What are they locked up for?
Murder one.
The reason they call him Crazy Joe, he goes off once in a while. But he's the type of guy you can go to and you can talk to, Something go off with the nomads, you go up and you talk to him. And says, Joey, look, these guys are doing something they have no reason to be doing. I mean, what's going on with it? Joe, he'll go out there and he'll talk to them, and if they don't listen, all of a sudden Joe go crazy, He starts to pick up a gun and shoot you or blow your head off.
He is exactly what it says, crazy. He could go off at the drop of a hat. Joe's had a remarkable string of luck. He's never really been convicted of anything very heavy.
Like, one time I wrote this letter to me, it beamed, because, I think what he was doing was wrong shit, And, I wrote down there, I don't know why cops arrest us for guns, carrying guns. I don't know why they do that because, some of them have been termed psychopathic killers. Now, when have you ever heard a gang member being called a psychopathic killer? He just kills because he wants to kill.
DSR is another nut. He goes off his little rockets once in a while. He's quiet at times.